Welcome back. Today we're looking at liminal space. Ooh. You could think of it as abandoned places, eerie places, nostalgic places, or kind of all three of those things rolled into one a lot of the times. Liminal spaces are places of transition, kind of otherworldliness, hard to explain, easy to show. Last time he did this topic, which by the way is one of my favorite topics we look at. Last time he did this, it was a special one where we looked at only pictures that I took, which I don't know if that made it a better video or a worse video. I definitely wasn't able to get the kind of variety that we'll probably see today. Last time was special. This time, it's just other people's pictures, and then a few of mine at the end. I do have, I think, 4 pictures for you that I've taken since last time. So, a couple from me, mostly from the subreddit. Let's jump into it. First up, we have a video. Not gonna be a lot of videos today, but here we go. Okay. What? What is this place? This is a good one to start with, but holy smokes. Dang. I mean, there's fish. Someone's feeding the fish. That's all we get? No context or anything? Just a super random room? The fact that this staircase wasn't even the focal point. This is just how you get here. It also looks kind of dangerous. Like the steps look like they're all different lengths and that this wall kind of like curves in like that. But yeah, great liminal space. It just looks kind of eerie. It's like a weird personalityless white tile, white wall kind of office break room vibe, or like, I don't know, hotel breakfast, hotel lobby maybe. But then you got this like low budget Vegas display here. Dude, what a weird combination of things. And I always point this out because I love it, and that is when there's green, whether it's real grass or just made to look like grass, but it's like obviously underground or like indoors. It's so strange. It's like, no, you're not gonna trick me to thinking I'm out in nature. Like, look at all this. This could potentially have sunlight above it, but very weird room. Actually, it looks like a friggin' street lamp right there, doesn't it? What am I looking at here? This spooky little tunnel? Yikes. What a crazy one to start with. I don't know what the explanation here is, but I hope we never get it, you know? Even these lights on the ceiling are weirdly shaped. Although these could almost be windows to above. Like there could be sky above them, but it's hard to tell. Imagine this being your break room. Jeez. Where do you work the spooky factory? Eerie town? Liminal land? Here we go. Classic. This one shows up pretty often. Not this specific picture. This is probably the best one of this we've gotten. But this is the Seattle Public Library. This is the 4th floor. And I've never actually been myself, but I love the idea that each floor is just a different color. But even if not, this is pretty crazy. Just red down, up, and center. And the staircase, whew. I kind of wish this room was just full of red furniture, but maybe that's asking for too much. We can't have everything we want. Oh yeah. Big wall, big brick wall with grass and blue sky. This is classic liminal space right here, man. Whew. It's moments like this that I hope that we can both kind of laugh at the reality of what we're doing here. You're watching a video of a guy who's just like, oh, this is perfect. And it's just like kind of a very normal picture. But like, you get it, you know? It's not just green grass, a wall, and some sky. It's our green grass, our weird red wall, and our blue sky. Also a very almost Truman Show moment here with the little ramp leading to the one door. There's a lot to love in this picture. I tell you what, there's a lot to love in this picture. This one's classic though. It almost looks like it could be fake, but they were really here. This was a real place. Maybe like a schoolyard or like a prison. I don't know. Ooh, playground in Turkey. We don't have playgrounds like this where I come from. What is even going on? This is just sensory overload central, dude. This is awesome and terrifying, kind of. And kind of weird, you know? Like these big hanging balls on strings. How do you play with this? Other than swing it really fast towards your friends trying to knock them over. Can you climb up these little Dr. Seuss cones? I guess so, yeah, they got handles on them. All right. And you could probably climb up this orange thing back here. This is crazy. You're like inside of a breakfast burrito. A really colorful breakfast burrito. Just the way I like them. Pretty cool. Only one image, but I would love to actually see multiple angles of this or like a video going through it, you know? Going through this contraption. Like it looks like you climb up this and then slide down and out. Actually, no. It looks like stairs. I don't know what's going on over there, man. But you go up this tunnel and then you get like digested by this big thing. Kind of strange, but also kind of awesome. Yeah, all right. Scary water stuff already. A little flood tunnel. When the water is just glass-like, it makes it feel so weird because the reflections almost look like they could really be there. Like these pillars look like they could actually have this part mirrored underwater, but it's obviously just a reflection. I don't know, it looks pretty strange. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not, but I do know for sure that I would not want to be in this water. This is the kind of water you can't like get back out of. You know, you fall in here and there's just nothing to grab onto. You would be in here for a little while, and that kind of spooks me. But that's almost for unrelated reasons to liminal space. This is still a great liminal space image. Just a strange room. You got the water, you got the brick in weird shapes, you got white pillars, you got it all. Okay, another video. Mormon Conference Center bathroom. 36-second video of a bathroom. Whoa. I was gonna say it looked a little too normal at first. It's just a really big bathroom. It also looks like no one's ever used it. It's so clean in here. Dang. He's in the bathroom dimension. Whoa, dude, that's crazy. That's a lot of bathroom stalls, tell you what. This one on the end looks like a handicap stall, but it's like the farthest stall out of all of them. It seems kind of rude to put the handicap stall like at the very end. You gotta go through a gauntlet of stinky bathroom stalls to get there. That's not very nice. I mean, this right here as just an image, pretty liminal. I definitely see what they were going for. Like, I definitely get the liminal nature of this, but this is also like, I don't know, like a big movie theater's bathroom or like an airport bathroom. I'm in those a lot. And this is kind of like one of those, just a little bit bigger. But this like pristine tile, maybe that's why it's liminal. It's clean. I'm in bathrooms of almost this size every so often, but they're never clean like this. So today we're looking at clean bathrooms. Ooh, what a time to be alive, huh? All right, let's move on. Ooh, that's nice. Blue sky, grass, red brick houses. Not a wall this time, but this is a very similar image as the other one. Very similar feel. But man, this makes me feel kind of cozy, but also scared. Like I wouldn't want to live here, but I bet that everyone that lives here is nice and has their own gardens. I don't know what this makes me feel, but this makes me feel, I think, what I'm supposed to feel. This makes me feel the liminal space feeling, because it's just so open-ended and mysterious, and you don't get to see anything else but this. You could almost imagine this kind of repeats itself for miles in every direction. Like there's just like 1,000 of these brick houses, a bunch of these kind of nondescript wood fences, and just like, not dead grass, but struggling grass, you know? Grass that isn't sure if it's gonna survive the winter, and then not a single cloud in the sky. That's nice. Yeah, this is good. If you don't get the like liminal space feeling, usually this one should do it for you. This one definitely is doing it for me. I don't think all the ones up to this point have, even though some of those were better probably than this one or more liminal, but this one is like giving me that eerie, nostalgic, kind of familiar, but not, kind of dreamlike, but not. It's really doing it for me. I like it. Nice. An empty subway, or at least a subway with no people in it. A lot of brick slash tile slash brick, I guess. There's a lot of rectangles in this image, okay? But they're all kind of doing their own thing. They're all their own color. We got red ones, yellowish, whitish ones, brick color. And we got like rock ones down here. Definitely disjointed and weird looking. This weird curved Dr. Seuss balcony here. This big tunnel. Looks like this is probably the escalator or some stairs. I mean, places like this are very liminal, like subway stations, airports, malls. Places are super liminal if you ever were to see them without people in them. Like that's kind of the whole thing. Or like a school with no one in it, like a long hallway with lockers, but no one in it. Like that's pretty liminal. Stuff like that we see a lot, but they're usually full of people using that space for its purpose. Then you get a subway without any people in it, and somehow no like posters or anything on the wall. Like nothing on the walls is kind of impressive other than grime, but that's just part of it, baby. But yeah, no people, liminal for sure. Whoa, what am I looking at? It says weird inflatable church I found online. What in the heck? Inflatable church? Why? I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's not like what the kid wanted for his birthday party, probably. You know, he probably wanted a regular old bounce house and you give him an inflatable church? That's crazy. Assuming this is real, which I feel like it is. I mean, how can we say, I guess? But assuming this is real, what a crazy thing. And also, what do you use this for? Like, what is the purpose here? And also, this makes me want inflatable of everything else. Like, give me an inflatable, I almost said pool, but those exist. Give me an inflatable gas station bathroom. you know? I actually can't think of a single good example of what else should be inflatable other than like a bounce house. So let's stick to that. I don't think anything else needs to be inflatable, but just a place that you bounce around as a kid. That's it. Super strange, but I don't know. I kind of like it, but it also makes me feel kind of weird, you know? It's kind of freaking me out a little bit the longer I look at it. You definitely don't want to wake up here. We'll say that much. Here we go. Yeah, pool at Hearst Castle. Dang, with the fog. Whoo, very different than the last image, let me tell you. Dang, nice. It feels kind of liminal, not super liminal. Not that I'm the authority on that. I feel like I also kind of get lost on what counts. Holy smokes, hold on. There's a guy right there. Disqualified. Can't have people in these pictures. It's funny how it's a simple thing. We can just pretend he wasn't there, but you can't have a guy in there. That's against the rules. This has to be an abandoned place, you see. Anyway, jokes aside, cool. The fog makes it look like Silent Hill, but also combined with like the regal nature of whatever this castle is, and I like that. But I don't know how liminal it is. It definitely does like the pool room's kind of foggy, weird core thing. Pretty liminal, but I also don't know if I fully understand what that means, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think I'm winging it most of the time. Ooh, nice. We're getting some variety today. We got pools and subways and stuff, and now we just got crazy sandy beach. The little teeny tiny little sailboat. Ah, you feel that? It's kind of like a haunting, cozy feeling. That's it. The sky is the same exact color as the water over here. There's basically only two colors in this picture, blue and sand color. There's some transitional hues here, but it really is pretty much just two colors, and that is marvelous. I like that very much. This could be an album cover. This could be a picture on my wall. This could be my ideal Sunday. Oof, another bathroom one, but this time with fake sky, like screens. This could very well be in Vegas, but it feels like not actually the real Vegas. But they would do something like this, tell you what. That's crazy. Nothing like sitting on a toilet in an industrial metal box and then looking up and seeing the sky and go, wow, I'm in a beautiful place right now, doing beautiful things. That's all it takes, man. Just a little bit of blue sky. Even if it's very obviously fake and in panels, and they reused the same one side by side right here. They didn't even try to break it up. In fact, there's a good chance it's just the same image on all of them. It looks like these two are the same one, just flipped around maybe, and this one also. They had like two pictures of the sky, I guess. Pretty easy to get pictures of the sky, my friends. Just look up. It's like the easiest thing to take a picture of, actually. Yeah, kind of spooky. I would love to know the context here. Like, is the rest of the building this like wannabe whimsical, or is it just this room? Because if it's just like an office building out there with just drab carpet and walls, and then in this specific room they were like, let's spice it up with some blue sky, like that's funny. But if the rest of the building out there is similar levels of attempts at whimsy, then I would love to see what else the interior designers did with the place. Fry's Electronics, soon to be demolished. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Ooh, this is good. I was right. Computer hardware. Dude, I've never been into a Fry's Electronics. Maybe I have, but not one like this. This is like such a strange aesthetic. It's like, I don't know, Mayan, but it's like a tech store. At least like a Cabela's or like a Bass Pro Shop is like, it's like redneck themed. And that's what you're there to do and be. You're there to like buy a gun. But it's like, dude, what am I looking at? You know? Also, now I'm looking at a movie theater room. They have those at electronic stores. I've been shopping online for too long, I guess. You can go in the mouth of the creature. I was just looking for a power strip, and I ended up inside of a pyramid. Life is full of adventures if only you are brave enough to... Is this a adult film section? This is such a good liminal space thing. It's so nonsensical. Like, all the signs feel so random. The office place, and there's just nothing there. Multimedia, and it's just empty shelves and like weird themed decor. This is prime content here. What are these? What's going on here? You guys are doing way too much. You already had lights on the ceilings. These are a little redundant, and as far as redundancies go, this is a big one. This is a little overkill. Yeah, I'm surprised they went out of business. Nice, we got that kind of pinkish filter that I love so much. It gives it such an old feel to it for some reason. Such a dreamlike, kind of cozy feel. I wish my whole life looked like this, just like a little bit grainy, almost like old film camera. I mean, careful what you wish for. I don't know if I actually wish for that. But the pinkish hue on everything, I would actually be down for that. That seems nice. Everything looks so cozy and just a little bit eerie, which I like. Looks like a school or something, so you've kind of got that feeling of there's usually lots of people here. The cool kids blocking the stairs, I don't know. You've seen movies. And yeah, the kind of abstract, just like shapes on the ground. This is great. This is lovely. You always gotta have at least one of these pinkish hue images. It's funny how liminal space can elicit different kinds of feelings that are similar. Like sometimes it's like the eerie thing, like I said, but then there's ones like this that are just kind of like serene, you know? Like you could just practically hear a little bit of calm music playing. Can you hear it? Oh my gosh, I hear it. There it is, I hear it. Wow. That's the pinkish hue, baby. Dude, what is this? We're not gonna get any context here, but it looks like we're in some sort of multi-purpose room in like a fenced courtyard, like a walled courtyard. It looks like maybe we're in like a mall or something, maybe a parking structure? No, because look at this ceiling. This is not parking structure ceiling. But then why is there a mirror like you should be looking out to make sure no one's coming? And also like a crosswalk. Can you drive a car through here? Okay, what does this word mean? It's Swedish for emergency department. Okay, that sort of answers my questions, but also raises some new ones. Is this in a building, but the emergency vehicles can drive through here? I don't know. At any rate, being in here would make me have an emergency. Am I right, guys? Emergency, get me out of here. Yeah, very strange. There's something so cursed feeling about like a sidewalk on what looks like a road, but then this very common like office building ceiling, you know? That's such a weird combo. There's nothing illegal about it, but it feels like it should be illegal. This ceiling is exclusively over like bad carpet and like cubicles and like the sound of printers printing in the distance, you know? This potentially vehicles driving by. I mean, it could not be. I'm just basically going off of just the vibe. It feels like there would be, and the crosswalk and the like mirror thing, but it could not be that. It could just be like a high foot traffic zone. But then I saw this P, and P makes me think of parking, so explain that. Hopefully someone watching this has been here or knows of this. That would be fantastic. Does car drive in building like this? Let me know. Oh yeah, this is Vegas with no one in it. This is New York, New York. I've been here. I don't know if I've been on this specific path here, but it's all kind of like this. Miniaturized New York City, sort of. I'd say it's inspired by, but yeah, you can get a really mean $30 burger right here, I'll bet. Whew, the most average burger you've ever had, and for twice the price. But yeah, this is good liminal space. I didn't even think about that. It's just like a weird little play dimension, little otherworldly, kind of dreamlike. But yeah, Las Vegas probably has a ton of things that you could consider liminal space, but they're always gonna be packed full of people. Like this, in hindsight, is obviously a great liminal space, but the one time I was here, there was like 100 people in this room, and it's loud, and people are taking the trash out and running people their food, and people are just laughing, and it's very lively in here, obviously. It's Las Vegas. But if you could see any of the hotels in Las Vegas empty, they're probably all extremely liminal, because they're all themed in weird ways to stand out or whatever, and to be fun for the guests. It'd be really cool to go to these places like before they open or something, somehow. Found in Turkish high school physics textbook. Dude, actually, this feels like the ground zero of pool rooms, kind of back rooms, dream core, whatever, just all the things. This is something that just existed naturally. Nonsensical slides in like nothing dimensions. I mean, we're taking this person at their word. I don't know if this is true. It's in a high school physics textbook. It could not be. But if this is just an image that they made to like, I don't know, illustrate the distance or something, I could see how this could be math related, you know, distance traveled or whatever. I don't know, but wow, they really made something something special, didn't they? This is totally the kind of image that we now make very much on purpose to seem eerie and otherworldly and kind of scary, honestly. Like the stories behind images like this are always like a place that you could get stuck in or trapped in. Like it's just endless miles of tile and pools and slides and you're just trapped there forever. Like we do that now on purpose, but this is just in a textbook, completely willy and nilly. That's crazy. Cool, got some cubicles in an office and look at that, we got the goofy ceiling. Oh, this one's more squarish. That's interesting. Yeah, it looks like a new office building that no one's started working in yet, or that has been keeping it really clean. The tasteful lighting right here, but then dark shadows all around makes it nice and spooky. I like it. I've never worked a cubicle job and I kind of hope to never do it. What a wild thing. So any of you watching this that work in a cubicle, how you doing? Let's take a moment to let you say what you've been meaning to say. You've been wanting to be heard. Your voice over the other 1,000 people that are in a box in the same room as you. You okay? You're special, you're unique. I know everyone around you is working the same job and it might feel like you're just a cog in a machine, but you are special and it's all gonna be worth it, baby. I know it. But yeah, spooky, I like it. Definitely a good example of liminal space, and also a room that is usually quite full of people, quite full of noise, and probably, I don't know if I'd say lively, but you know, there's probably lots of phones ringing and people talking. Woo! Heck yeah, dude. Scary light coming from the tunnel. A portal to the underworld has opened just right there. You never expect it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a friendly tunnel otherwise, but the red light kind of makes me think maybe I shouldn't go this way. I feel like this tunnel can't go anywhere that's worth the risk. You know, this just looks like a find a different way kind of a view. You were gonna take the shortcut under the bridge or whatever, and you're like, I think I'll actually just go home. It's not like super liminal. It's definitely more just a fun image. But again, everything's liminal if you want it to be, I think. Okay, last one before we look at mine. This is Old Convention Center in Berlin. It doesn't look old, it looks kind of modern in a weird way, but also like old modern, I guess. Like it's just got lots of rounded things and everything looks pretty clean. Like look at this carpet, dude. This carpet makes me feel like I'm losing my mind. Look at that. Whoa, it looks three-dimensional, does it not? Holy smokes, that's crazy. I swear, it's a series of discs and not actually carpet. Yeah, pretty cool, I like it. It definitely feels like there should be a lot of people in here. It looks kind of lifeless and empty like this. Another kind of office looking building, but with not a single ounce of love in it and not a single sound of cheer. All right, now for my 3 images, actually 4 images, actually 4.5 images. And you'll see what I mean by that. First, and I kind of included this one at the last minute because I thought it might be a good like out of context picture, but this is a Halloween party I went to a couple years ago. This is my friend's garage. Hopefully he doesn't mind me using his garage as a scary liminal space. But in his defense, it was Halloween night, or at least you should hope it was. But yeah, just very like empty. There should be people in here. You got weird plastic chairs, arcade games in here for some reason. Lights, camera, potentially a little bit of action. I don't know how liminal it is, but I wanted to include it because I thought it was a good out of context picture that I took. Hi, if I may interrupt myself really quickly here. I actually have another thing I want to show you. I stalled posting this liminal space video for like a month because I was gonna go to Seattle for a friend's wedding, but while I was there, I wanted to go to the library that has that red liminal space floor we've seen a bunch of times. So I went there. I got some videos and pictures from inside. I'm throwing that into this video, kind of after the fact. So, okay. Dude, this is so cool. Also, those people aren't whispering. It's a library. Dude. Spooky. It's so much bigger than you'd think, too. It's really random because it is like the middle floor of a library and the rest of the library is normal. Not that this isn't normal, but you know, like the rest of the library is like chill and not shiny red. It's so cool though. Sarah's right behind me. Really cool to go to a place that I've seen pictures of a bunch of times and see it and kind of get like alternate views and walk around. Really cool, so hopefully you enjoy that. Next we have inside the basement of a government building. Don't ask me how I was in here, don't ask me why I was in here. It was for a thing. Okay, it wasn't for a thing, I just didn't know I could go in here and walk around, so I just did. And I don't think at the time I was doing it thinking I was gonna find liminal space images, but once I got in there, I was like, dude, this whole building is just one big liminal space. But I felt weird taking pictures in here, so I just got this one. It's a basement, a lot of tile, different kinds of tile, big tile, small tile, black and white checkered tile, and then scary doors and scary lights, and a camera that is most certainly watching me at this very moment. Next, we have this image, which I just took 2 days ago. Nope, I took it 3 days ago. This is at a convention center in San Jose. I was just walking through it from a parking garage to where I was actually going, which was the Stardew Valley Orchestra performance. Jealous? I thought so. And I saw this and I was like, this is perfect. And there's proof that I was there combined with my Krobus shirt, baby. Let's go. Proof of where I was going too. And then lastly, we have this, which was somewhere around that area as well. I like this one, I think the most out of all of them. This is good because you've got the weird colors, the weird lighting, the kind of nonsense building up front. It's just so much orange. And then you have the like villainous modern building in the foreground. It would probably be even better without this, to be fair. Like if I could Photoshop this out and just leave sky, it would probably actually be better. But still really good. I think this one is solid. A big old orange building, and they were like, what color should we make the garage door? And they were like, how about even oranger? Pretty cool. I definitely stopped amongst a lot of people to take this picture, and there were cars parked on each side, but I cropped them out with the power of technology, because I can do anything I set my mind to. All right, that's it for me. One more look at my Krobus shirt. There we go, pretty cool stuff. If you don't play Stardew Valley, then you're not gonna get any of that, but that's okay. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks for hanging out with me. A little trip down a liminal lane. I'm hoping we can keep doing liminal space videos. I don't think I'd ever stop, truly, but I think that it as a concept has lost a lot of its popularity. I think we've kind of seen it all a little bit. So as long as you're having fun and I'm having fun, we'll keep doing this, but it will probably be less often. Well, not less often than we already are doing it. We're doing it like every 3 months right now, which is probably gonna stay that way. But every time we do it, I have a great time. And I always look for liminal space areas when I'm out and about. So I'll always have more pictures to show you. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't yet and feel like it. And I'll see you guys next time in the next video. If you have liminal space pictures, please send them to me or post them on my subreddit, because people have been doing that, which has been great. A couple examples of pictures people posted on my subreddit. This one, lovely. This one, which is also fantastic. This one, which is a little spooky. I like it. And then we got this series of images which are great. And I don't know what kind of phone they use, but it looks like one of those early 2000s cell phone cameras, which adds to the vibe perfectly. And I don't even know what I'm looking at here, but it feels pretty liminal, man. But yeah, feel free to drop your pictures on the subreddit or somewhere. I'm sorry I don't respond to DMs like ever. I get so many messages now. I guess I'm a big YouTuber now. I can't even look at all of my messages now. But I eventually see your message probably, even if you don't hear back from me. But feel free to send me stuff wherever you want, and maybe I'll see it, and maybe I'll share it. Anyway, that's enough yapping. I'll see you around. Okay, bye. This is Krobus. He's from Stardew Valley. You really should get to know him. He's a good guy.